Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you another video. All right, so we're covering the other game in the play-in tournament that will be played on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern. Portland versus Phoenix. Game being in Phoenix, Arizona. And, the thing about the Phoenix Suns is they should be very pleased to have home court in this game because they are the more banged-up basketball team. We're talking about Jordan Goodwin, Mark Williams, Royce O'Neal, Jalen Green, Colin Gillespie, all on the injury report. And that really tells the story for me. I got to see what the other app that I look at for injury reports will show me about these two teams, if that stuff is up yet, because it's really, really interesting to me just how banged up Phoenix is going into this game. My Lakers just saw the Phoenix Suns very recently. We had some success, but they were missing so many people, and that was the story. It's not 100% healthy. Are these guys just going to all of a sudden be healthy today, for tomorrow for this game? Grayson Allen, Devin Booker, game time decision. Dillon Brooks, Colin Gillespie, Jordan Goodwin, Jalen Green, Royce O'Neal, Mark Williams. All these people on the injury report as maybe actually will not play in the play-in tournament game. The good thing for the Phoenix Suns is if they lose this game, they got another try at it. The winner of the Clippers Golden State game will be what's up with that. So, they got two tries at hopefully saving their season. And the Portland Trailblazers are a much improved team with a lot of defensive talent, a lot of center play that works for them. Not the team you want to deal with in a one-game situation, much more healthy than them at this point. Talking about the Trailblazers, they only have Jeremy Grant as a game-time decision and Damian Lillard on the injury report. Let me see if that's what's consistent on the other app as well. Give me just a moment and I will have that up. But, for me, I just think that Portland is probably the better bet right now just because they're a bit healthier. Yeah, only two players on the injury report. They're a healthy team, much improved. They got key defensive players at the center position, the wing spots, and the guard positions. It's tough, man. I think the Portland Trailblazers right now may be the more capable basketball team, if I'm being completely honest with you. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to win a one-game situation. It doesn't mean they're going to win the one-game winner-take-all type situation against the Phoenix Suns on the road. But it does mean that they're more capable of being their best selves in a one-game situation than Phoenix, who's missing so much talent. And the on-ball defensive performances that Portland can put on, the interior defense that they put on, I just think Portland is probably the easier bet to win this game, if I'm being completely honest with you. That doesn't mean it has to play out that way, though. Portland lost the season series to the Phoenix Suns. In fact, Phoenix had their way with them in the first one, 127-110 back in November 18th. And then on February 2nd, the Phoenix Suns won a 5-point game, 130-125 in Portland there as well. And then the third one was in Phoenix, where the Portland Trailblazers won in Phoenix 92-77. Phoenix Suns defenses, the Portland Trailblazer defense obviously on high display, holding this team to 77 points back on the 22nd of February in Phoenix. So I really look at the Portland Trailblazers and I say they are a better team, man. They're a better team. I like what Phoenix has to a degree, as I mentioned when we played the Phoenix Suns, the Lakers did a few days ago, that I think this is one of the most chaotic rosters in the NBA, but they have a very capable roster, just the same, very talented roster. It just doesn't quite make sense to me. But guys like Bouye and Gillespie have really earned their keep. A guy like Royce O'Neal can help them on both sides of the floor. Obviously, if he gets hot, anything can happen. Ryan Dunn's an excellent defensive player. Mark Williams had a good season, been healthy this year. They picked up Amir Coffey at the deadline. Rasheer Fleming and Olga Iguodala are talented players that you have to take seriously. So Phoenix has plenty of talent, but when I look at this Portland team, I say, okay, you put an asterisk next to their overall statistics because they've gotten back Scoot Henderson, and he's been playing at such a high level so recently. He hadn't played all season up until like a month ago, and now he's back in rolling and being basically his best self. So I don't know if this is the same Portland team. They probably have a couple extra wins on their belt if that player had been healthy all season long. Talk about Jeremy Grant, who's capable. Tamani Kamara, great defensive player. Obviously, Denny Avia, who didn't even play in this win against the Suns when they scored 92-77. He wasn't even involved. He was out there for a minute, probably got hurt or something. But he's not on the injury report. Donovan Clingan's having a fantastic sophomore season, more than capable of doing a lot of things on both sides of the floor. Drew Holiday is out there, even though he's aging a bit. He's still somebody got to deal with. Robert Williams is healthy, excellent defensive player. Thibault, excellent defensive player. Wesley's had a really good season this year. City Sissoko has helped their overall situation. Shaden Sharp, is he healthy? I didn't see him on the injury report. Last I checked, he was not well, but apparently he's back now. So it's like I really think the Suns are in trouble. I think the Suns are in trouble, man. The only thing they really got going for them, in my opinion, is that it's a home court situation. Obviously, you got to respect Devin Booker. And, they have some banshees as well. Ryan Dunn and Dylan Brooks. Extremely talented defensive players on both sides. Extremely capable scorers on both sides. But for me, I think that I probably put my money on the Portland Trailblazers going into that building and keeping their season alive and going on to play the San Antonio Spurs in round one. That's what I think is going to happen here. I just don't think the Phoenix Suns are 100% healthy. And because they're not healthy, the last thing you want to do is go up against a team that's so intentional defensively on slowing you down and locking you up. And that is exactly what the Portland Trailblazers bring to the table. They're just a bit more healthy. They're a bit more capable. And both of these teams mirror one another. They're scrappy. They got players that are going to do the dirty work. They got players that are going to sit in their chair. This is going to be a dog fight. I'd like to see an entire series of this, to be honest with you. One game ain't enough of what this really is. To figure out which one of these teams is the better of two teams, you need more than one game, in my opinion. Because if the Suns are fully healthy and the Portland Trailblazers are fully healthy, this is pretty even. But I just linked the Suns with like 8 players on the injury report. Having seen them very recently and had my Laker team that was shorthanded beat them, I don't have a whole lot of faith in the Suns immediately coming in and just going to work. Booker, Green, all of those guys, they're more than capable. Don't get it twisted. They're a capable team when they're healthy. But they're not healthy. And they haven't been playing as a unit together as of late. And I think that's going to hurt them in a one-game situation against the Portland Trailblazer team that's just extremely feisty on the defensive end. And Denny Avdia is just going to put up superstar numbers. You expect he's going to go for a triple-double or something crazy. He's going to do a lot to hurt the Suns. And like I said, with the insertion of Scoot Henderson, you just got to take into account that they're a better team than they've been all season long. It's sort of like the Charlotte Hornets incorporating Kobe White, and then you're looking at their standings, looking at their statistics on the year, not realizing that they've incorporated such an important piece on their bench. It's the same dynamic. So for me, I'm picking Portland to win this game on the road and moving on to play the San Antonio Spurs in the first round. That's what I think happens. I think Phoenix goes on to play the winner of the Clippers and the Golden State Warriors. That's my prediction for this series. And I'm open to being wrong. Devin Booker obviously has proven a lot in his career. He can do a lot of great things. Like I said, the Phoenix Suns have every bit of the defensive talent that you would need to be able to face off against a Portland Trailblazer team that's going to be equally as talented defensively, if not a little more so. I think the styles match one another. It's going to be an all-out war. But I just think Portland's the better team right now. I really do. I think Portland's a slightly better team right now. And I wouldn't be surprised to see this game go into overtime at all. I would not be surprised to see this be a close game down the stretch. And, that's what I see. That's what I see there. I think this is going to be a war with the Portland Trailblazers coming out on top. So, that's what I got to say. My name is BDO44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.